Though COVID-19 is proving to be deadly for us humans, it has an unintended beneficiary to the earth. As cities see bluer skies and clearer water, most people are united in their belief that our planet is getting much deserved rest. Amidst all this gloom and doom, let's look at the proverbial silver lining and see the positive consequences of the coronavirus pandemic. Number 1. Pollution level drop. Satellite images released by NASA and the European Space Agency show a dramatic reduction in nitrogen oxide emission in major Chinese cities and northern Italy between January and February, as toxic gases released by vehicle, power plants, industrial facilities drop drastically. The air quality in cities has improved drastically. Similar patterns for carbon dioxide emission were also observed. The snow-capped Himalayas are now visible for the first time in 30 years. For residents in India's north, the beautiful mountains are 200 kilometers away, but have not been visible for decades due to high pollution levels. The reduction in pollution also means avoiding thousands of deaths due to air pollution as well as reducing the percentage of lung-related diseases. Number 2. Usage of resources comes down. From petrol and diesel for vehicle to coal used in factories, the demand for non-renewable resources has dropped down considerably as entire countries go into lockdown. Since these countries include big consumers and producers such as China and India, the drop is drastic, with the world grappling with the consequences of global warming and climate change. The development comes at the right time. Number 3. Water clears up. Nowhere is this more visible than the renewed canals of Venice, where a tourist ban has caused motorized speedboats and gondolas to stay off the water, leading to clear water for the first time since forever. Schools of fish are now visible clearly in the water. Number 4. Animals on the street. Netizens were overjoyed at seeing pictures of animals wandering into lockdown cities, emboldened by the absence of humans. While some of the pictures turned out to be fake, such as the one showing drunken elephant taking a nap in China's Yunnan province, it is true that creatures that live in the city's shadows are venturing out on the streets. For example, Nara in Japan, cicadere have been spotted wandering through city streets and subway stations, chomping on potted plants. Also, raccoons were spotted on the beach in Panama. There have also been reports of students in university campuses talking about how they are seeing more birds these days. While most of them are foraging for food, the highlight is that they can do so without fear and danger. And while animals, especially wild ones, are resourceful and will quickly adapt to changes, it will be helpful if we put out some water and food for the strays in our locality. Number 5. People get some rest. Finally, overworked, overburdened, working population gets some rest. While most of them are working from home, there is no denying that not having to communicate through peak traffic is a blessing. Most people are getting to spend time with their families, read, sleep and eat their heart's content. Number 6. Humanity rises to the occasion. It's one of those rare occasions where the whole world is a family. Countries are sending masks, medical teams and experts to one another, working together to finding a possible cure or vaccine and sharing big data and information with each other without any hesitation. Within cities, youngsters are volunteering to run errands and do shopping for the sick and elderly, the most vulnerable groups right now. Social media is filled with praise for doctors and medical staff at hospitals, as well as positive messages about how to get through these difficulties. Number 7. A moment of self-realization. Perhaps the biggest takeaway from the pandemic is the realization that we need to make changes to our lifestyle and through process. As some people rightly pointed out, social media, no matter how rich or powerful we are, all it takes is a microorganism to remind us that we are all just humans. From becoming fully aware of the impact of our actions on the planet to learning to live with limited resources, individual learning are many. Industry leaders are grappling with supply chain disruptors and technical changes. Governments are realizing the strengths and weaknesses of their medical infrastructure and social policies. The world as such is learning to live with fear and uncertainty and still look for some bright spots of hope. If you like the video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Also watch the videos, links are in the description. What should the world learn now, and a drone footage of Europe streets during the lockdown.